10 days into a government shutdown, some federal employees got only a partial paycheck today. Others were served with layoff notices as the Trump administration followed through on its threats to fire federal employees. The White House budget director announced the firings today. He's been itching to slash government agencies since President Trump took office. So far, layoffs have been confirmed at the Department of Health and Human Services, the Education Department, and the Environmental Protection Agency. We don't know how many employees in Colorado have been impacted by those firings. Earlier this year, Colorado's Labor Department estimated that there were more than 54,000 federal employees in the state. Today, Democratic Congressman Joe Neguse called the firings unlawful and said the House should return to Capitol Hill for negotiations to end the shutdown.
We need to get the House reopened so that we can get back to doing the work that the American people expect of us, and certainly the people of Colorado expect of us. The reductions in force that have been threatened are unlawful. They're violative of the law. That is well settled.
Unions representing federal employees have already sued to stop the mass layoffs. Laid-off employees and furloughed employees are eligible for unemployment benefits, but they might have to pay that money back if they're reinstated.
You want to know the funny part about all of this, right? As more people get laid off from the government, as they basically juggle the salaries and juggle the livelihoods of everyday Americans, guess what? They still get paid. They still get paid their salaries. They still get to pull from the tax money and make sure that food is on their plates. They get to pull from the tax money and make sure that their families are good. They get to pull from the tax money and make sure that a roof is over their head. But guess what? For you, for me, for everybody else, right? For the federal workers, they don't mean a god dang on thing, right? That's the funny part about all of this, right? We don't, even though we're the ones that's paying the taxes, right? We're the ones that's supposed to be, we're supposed to be overseeing the politicians. I hope y'all know that, right? We're supposed to be the ones who are telling them, hey, if y'all can't do this, then y'all need to skedaddle. We're supposed to be the ones forcing these people out who don't abide by what the American people want. But lo and behold, everybody just sitting by, right? Everybody just sitting by. People are getting laid off, right? People are losing. Bro, mortgages, people are defaulting on mortgages at the highest rate since, I believe, the pandemic. Right? Probably even higher than that right now. People are defaulting on mortgages. People are not being able to find homes, shelter, right? Then on top of that, people's livelihoods are being stripped away from them while the politicians continue to go back and forth about this, that, and the third. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It doesn't matter left or right. All of them want us to be without nothing, right? I do not care left or right. All of them want us to be without nothing. This is the game plan, right? This is the game plan. They were already laying off federal workers as it is, right? They were already doing it. They said that, hey, we need to strip the government down. We're spending too much money. And granted, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that are happening, behind the screen, behind the curtains that is not being talked about, right? So they just using this as another excuse to get rid of people, right? This is another excuse to get rid of federal workers. And best believe neither left nor right care about you putting food on the table. They don't care. Listen, they have their donors. They have their donors. They have their taxpayer salary, right? They have what they need. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go back home, skedaddle back home, ride away in their S-Class Benz, right? Many of them probably have drivers and security, right? They're going to drive away in their big body Escalade into their mansion or fly away until wherever they stay at. They don't care about you and me. Listen, politics is just a game. That's all the games, and that's all it is. And guess what? The American people, the American citizens, you and I, we're just the pawns. That's all it is. We're literally the pawns on the chessboard, right? You see how they use us, right? Okay, if you guys don't want to sign this bill, guess what? Federal workers are gonna get laid off. I'm gonna get rid of the workforce. Boom. Right? That's it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who has kids. It doesn't matter who has a wife. It doesn't matter who has a husband. It doesn't matter who's a single mother. It doesn't matter who's a single father. It doesn't matter about any of that. None of it matter. And guess what? On top of that, I already told you guys, these jobs are not coming back. Right? We're living in unprecedented times, right? Before, I once said that, once upon a time, because government shutdowns are nothing new, right? We understand that it damn near happens every single election period, right? But the jobs that they're getting rid of, right? The jobs they are scraping from the government, these jobs are not coming back. Before, the jobs came back, right? Before, there was just a period of time, okay, you weren't getting paid or you may have gotten laid off or whatever. But this go around, these jobs are not coming back. They're getting rid of positions, right? And they're handing it over to government contractors, right? They're handing it over to, private businesses, right? Or they're handing it over to AI and automation, but more than likely probably handing it over to, private contractors, private businesses, and they are going to implement the AI and automation and do what the government, needs to be done. That's what's going to happen, right? Listen, I keep telling y'all, it is not going to get better. It is not. It is not. You are on your own. The politicians is not coming to save you. Donald J. Trump is not coming to save you. Kamala ain't coming the next election cycle and saving you either. No one is coming to save you, right? God ain't coming to save you either, right? You got to put boots on the ground and get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. Yeah, I know I'm joking around, but it's serious out here. Right? I'm seeing more and more homeless families. Yes. I'm seeing more and more homeless families. I've never been approached this amount of times, like I'm just at the gas station and families or children are walking up to me and, hey, my mom needs some gas money, or we're stranded right now and, we just need, and these are like, nice cars, right? These are not hoopties, and it looks like they're staying at the car, and I don't know if they're staying at the car or not, but I'm just saying, like, these look like regular everyday people, right? They don't look like they starving yet, right? I mean, it look like a brand new car, within 10 years, within 5 years, to be honest with you. I've been approached so many times about gas money and just, hey, do you have some money to spare? And bro, it's getting hectic out here. It's getting hectic out here. And it's just so crazy that, like, the government is just, they could care less. I mean, they could honestly care less. And I mean, it's happening live, right? The Republic, and what's so crazy is crazy that the Republicans are even blaming the Democrats when they have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the Oval Office. That shit does not make any sense to me, right? Donald Trump signs executive orders every other dang on 24 hours. This ninja signed executive orders every other 24 hours. But you mean to tell me now the Democrats are just holding you up, ninja, right? Now the Democrats are just holding you up, right? Come on now. I hope y'all really see the games that are being played with the American people, right? I hope y'all see, right? And with me, I'm done with it, right? I've been done with it. People still, even when I tell you, hey, it's all a game, ninja's gonna continue to pick sides. Ninja's gonna still think that, oh, it's this side, right? You gotta be on this side. Oh no, you gotta be on the right side. Oh no, you gotta be on the left side, right? Ninja still, while y'all out here starving, y'all going to the grocery store, overpaying for food, right? Groceries are 10 times higher, 20 times higher than they were just pre-pandemic, which is only like 4 or 5 years ago. Right? Everything, the cost of goods, the cost of services, everything has gone up, but you're continuously sitting here picking sides, right? Well, he said that we're gonna have to go through some pain first, and then it's gonna get better. Ninja, all right. You know who it's gonna get better for, Ninja? You know who it's gonna get better for? The top 10, top 20%. That's who it's gonna get better for. That's who it's better for right now, Ninja. That's who it's better for right now. It ain't better for you, Ninja. It ain't better for us, the regular everyday people. It ain't better for us, Ninja. Guess what? We're paying them. We're paying them in every step of the way, right? They're graping us with the taxes, right? They're graping us with all of these damn taxes, right? Federal tax, FICA tax, state taxes. If you stay in a state that takes taxes, local taxes, right? Property taxes. And then guess what? When I want to go to the store and I just want to buy some condoms so I can have a little bit of fun. Guess what? They taxing me on the condoms, Ninja. Right? If I just want a little candy bar, if I just want a little beer, right? They taxing me on that too. Sales tax, Ninja. And then on top of that, when I want to go get an oil change, they taxing me on top of that. Right? Then everywhere I go, they taxing me. Ninja, we're taxed at a 50+% rate. Ninja. We're taxed at a 50, probably more tax rate. We're getting taxed to kingdom come. Right? And then they up here, they're taking all the money. They're sending it to damn Argentina, right? Didn't they just send all that money to Argentina? Billions of dollars. What was it? 200 or something billion dollars. Still sending money to you know who, right? Still sending money to dang on Ukraine, right? We're sending all this. We're a pawns. We're a peasants that are meant to be worked until we can't work anymore. As soon as we die and drop dead from exhaustion, guess what? They pick our body on up, throw us in the dang on in the yard with the rest of the people who died from exhaustion, right? The peasant workers, the indentured service that died, right? They just throw us all over there and bring in the next generation, right? Bring in the next group of people, right? And we're just all on this hamster wheel. Oh, they just milking us to death. We're just feeding the machine, right? America's the greatest country on. I would still say so. However, we're not better off. Relatively speaking, we're not better off, right? The normal everyday working American has the same spending power as somebody in a developing nation. Facts. And I want you to try to debunk this. The regular everyday, which is 80 to 90% of people in America. 80 to 90% of people in America have the same spending power. Keywords, have the same spending power as somebody in a developing nation. And what do you mean by that, Tap? What do you mean by that? Right? Living paycheck to paycheck. Right? As soon as your paycheck hit, your paycheck is gone. Right? You barely have any money left over for savings. You don't have any money left over for savings. Right? You spent all your money just on groceries just to live. Right? And before that, before you spend it on groceries, guess what? You spent all that money on shelter, your rent, your mortgage, your electric bill, your water bill. You spent all that money on that. Right? And then now you're worrying about food. Now you scraping and scrambling, trying to see what you can get discounts on. You shopping at Aldi, Ninja, you shopping at Walmart, trying to get the deals. Right? You scrambling and scraping. You don't even have what you need. You don't even have what you need to buy groceries for the whole week. You have the same spending power as somebody else in a developing nation, right? And they don't even get paid as much as we do, right? They don't even have the same health care, many of us, as we do. Probably, and it's probably cheaper, right? Probably cheaper, right? Not world class, but it gets the job done, right? Car notes, cars, overpriced because it has all this dang on different technology in it. We want self-driving car. What happened to the basics? Can I get a dang on? Can I get a 1998 Honda Civic? Right? Can I get a 1999 Toyota Corolla? Right? That's gonna last 150 years and never have to do maintenance on it besides oil change and changing the brake fluid and the brake pads out and the tires, ninja? Can I get that? But we want all of this luxury stuff. We want the Chanel, Gucci bags, right? We want the Mercedes Benzes, right, which is trash. We want the BMWs, which is trash, right? We want the high luxury, right? Meanwhile, other people they don't get paid as much, but guess what? They probably have more spending power, right, with their little bitty salaries. No offense, right? With the little money that they get paid, they probably have more leverage than we do, to be honest with you. Right? And they probably happier than we are. Right? We're living paycheck to paycheck, pulling our hair out, right? Looking at this bill, looking at this medical bill, looking at this student loan, pulling our hair out, right? Especially men, right? Many of us, we're going to die from stress. We're going to die from stress-induced illnesses, right? That's why many men die before women anyway, right? Right? Because we're out here, we know we have to get out here and hustle and bustle. We know the world is not going to show us any remorse. We know we have nothing to fall back on. We know we never had any safety nets. We don't have many of the shelters that exist. They're not for men. They're for families and children, women and children. Right? We know once the ball drops on us, we lose a job, we lose a home, we lose a car. That's it. Daddy government ain't coming to save us. Daddy Gov ain't spending no money. Daddy Gov, he don't go that way. No. Daddy Gov don't go that way. Nah, Daddy Gov, he like to trick off on women. Right? And if you got kids, he'll spend some money on the kids too. Right? Daddy Gov, he like to trick off on women. He love his hoes. Right? You talk about men, now he don't go that way. He not spending no money on no men. He said, you got to get it how you live. Yeah, you got to get it how you live, man. Well, you better go. Yeah, I created some jobs over there. You may want to go across state lines and get you a job. I'm not giving you no food stamps. I'm not giving you no WIC. I'm not giving you no housing vouchers. Nope, take your ass up on there. But Sydney, yeah, I'm going to give Sydney and her 5 kids. Yep, I can trick off on some kids. I can give her a little housing. She's going to have to do what it do. Shake a little tail for me, right? Shake a little tail, shake a little ass for me. Listen, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us, right? Shouts out to all the federal workers that have just gotten laid off. Shouts out to the, people who don't work government jobs who got laid off. Nobody's coming to save us, man. The corporate elites, the corporate giants, the government, they've already made their choice. They've already, they know what they're doing, right? They know what they're trying to do, right? Many of you should know what they're trying to do as well. Right, and it's not in our favor. So you have to start doing and planning out, what's going to work in your favor in a new world, because a new world is here. Right, the traditional 9-to-5 system is crumbling before our very eyes. Many of these jobs, many of these positions, many of these careers, they're not going to be here in the next 5 to 10 plus years. They're not. Right, they're going to be eradicated. Right, nobody's safe. I'm not safe. Nobody's safe. Right? You better get in tune with the social media game. You better get in tune with the online game, because that's what's next. The technology game, the crypto game, that's what's next. Right? Working these 9-to-5s and hustling and bustling for people who could care less if you drop dead, could care less, if you put food on the table, they're going to lay you right out. They don't care, man. They don't care. And that's an after pill. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.